And the next thing is, what happens to your feet when you actually do it? Well, you actually grow brand new muscles. Well, not really brand new, but you're working out muscles you usually don't use every single day. So they become much more stronger, and initially you'll be in so much pain wearing this for a very long time. But after you go through this entire cycle, that your muscles getting used to and adjustable to you wearing something for an extended amount of time, they become stronger. And of course, now I can walk and I feel so much better walking with those shoes. There is a problem. After you wear those for such a long time, you get used to wearing those. And when you wear regular shoes, you'll be like, why should I wear those? They feel so uncomfortable, regular shoes, because you're so used to this. You're so used to traction. You're so used to stepping on this part of the foot versus stepping on the whole entire part of the foot itself. So this is actually such a big difference, such a game changer. Because if you're looking and you are thinking about getting the Vibram Fivefingers, I cannot more than recommend it enough. Of course, the problem is finding the right kind of Vibram Fivefingers that works for you. A few things to let you know about when you're shopping for a Vibram Fivefinger. First thing is the lace system. Make sure you're comfortable with the lace system that is for it. Next thing is make sure, this is a huge thing, that it has this reach right in the back. There is some Fivefingers that don't have it. It makes it much harder for you to put on. Also, there's those that you can tie just like shoelaces. I think this is a little bit better for you when you're wearing the Fivefingers. Easy for you to adjust and put on as well. It's going to take you a little bit of time to get used to putting this on and off, but after that, the golden period, the break-in period is in, and the fun period begins. So if you're looking for and you're thinking and you're still on the fence about those shoes, make sure you get them, because those are probably the most awesomest shoes you'll be wearing them. In fact, I have been wearing them for such a long time. I would feel so bad once this thing just goes, because I would have to get another pair. Kidding aside, I have a bunch of Fivefinger shoes. This is one of my favorite, and that's really hard. Once you go into and become and have a favorite shoe, the biggest problem is they stop selling them. So the Vibram Fivefinger issue, sometimes they would actually stop selling your favorite pair. So I do suggest, the biggest suggestion for you, once they have a favorite pair, and specifically if it goes on sale, stock up on a bunch of them. Because once they stop making them, how else are you going to get your fix of Vibram Fivefinger shoes? After wearing them for such an extended amount of time, there is things that I want to let you know about. So first off, let's go ahead and examine the damage a lot more closer over here. So you can see that this side, a bit of it has been worn out over here, and on this side as well. And if you look at the other shoe over here, this one has even more damage right here too. So this has gone totally worn out over here, and over here where the honeycomb grid is almost out of here. And the next thing is the entire thing that is basically ripping apart over here. You can see it on this side, you can see it over here as well. You can actually almost go all the way inside of the shoe, which is actually interesting thing here. There is still some kind of a layer that protects this from your foot. So yeah, you can still wear this because it doesn't go all the way in, it just goes right under here. So it is still doable. The shoe still looks kind of good in some ways. It's still wearable, that is. It doesn't look that great, but it is wearable when it comes to that. So what happens when you wear Vibram Fivefingers 365 days a year, including when it snows? You might be wondering, how did I wear those outside when it snowed? Well, we're going to get into this as well. So first off, no, I didn't wear it outside when it was snowing. In fact, after the temperature dips below 50 degrees, it gets too freezing for you to wear this. So to do this still for 365 days a year, I wore it just when I'm inside the house. But the shoes themselves, you learn a few interesting things about. First off, right here, your legs start really holding, and the calves and everything else, especially after you first start wearing them more than a few hours a day. So keep this in mind. It takes time for you to adjust because you're building brand new muscles that you usually don't actually have, or you have but you really don't utilize them as much. Because right now, instead of stepping like usually you do when you step just like this, you're stepping like this instead. So it forces you to build different kind of muscles. This is actually the primary way we used to walk. With shoes, the advent of them, we are actually stepping on the heel as well, which is not healthy for our spine. So this is really good for that. Of course, those shoes took a huge amount of beating for me wearing them for such a long time. Also, to keep them in top shape, I don't recommend for you to wash them more than once a month if you can. Just wash your feet every single time you wear those. That is the key to longevity of those shoes. That being said, they are starting to fall apart. So right here, you can see in both places, not just here, over here as well, it's starting to give away from the soles. Now there is a small fix to this. That might work for a limited amount of time. Pretty much use glue, because they've been glued before, and you can put the glue all across those places and just hold it. It has to be pretty good glue. Don't glue your fingers, and eventually it's gonna work. But you can see that this thing is almost at the end of its life. Those shoes have been taking such a beating. Not only that, I have owned those specific pair for about 5 years at this point, and I decided to take it forth, actually, and wear it all the time just to see what's going to happen to them eventually. So the tracks right in the bottom, right here, is starting to kind of wear, but not as much as some of the Fivefingers that I had before. Some of them become too smooth. Now this still has the grip here, so as long as it has a grip on the back, on the bottom, it's not slippery, which is good. Once the grip gives away and it becomes smooth or close to smooth, it will start to slip, and that's definitely where you have to toss them out.